mean, come on. I've been thinking about it all, last night, today. We'll go recent years. If you want to go back 30, 40, 50 years, that's fine. I'll go like last 25 years. That is right there with Leon Lett going for the ball in the snow. I think yesterday was actually worse than that. And the other one would be maybe not the play, but a decision for the Seahawks to not run Marshawn Lynch at the goal line. It's in the conversation. Can you imagine if you had a big bet or whatever, I don't even care, on the Patriots, and that's how you lose the game?
Yeah. Miracle at the Meadowlands, I'd submit as well. Why would you run like a trick play when you can just hand it off and win the game?
That's fair.
But that was it's an all-timer. I mean, why he can't get the ball? How about the 4th and 10 on the previous drive, on the game-tying touchdown drive? Incomplete, and then Carr has Hollins wide open. There's no one around him.
Nobody even
after
close.
The Patriots' defense was so good in the second half, and that leads to the long touchdown drive to tie it. And then that happens where the game's tied. You just go to overtime and you do it. I didn't see Mac Jones. What do you mean? I didn't see Chandler Jones, Myers said. I mean, it's just the stupidity off the charts, and you still had a chance at the playoffs here if you win this game. And I would have loved it because that would have been the 5th time this year the Raiders would have blown a double-digit halftime lead.
That's right.
And you just, again, the offense sucks. They're right there, a position to win the game again. And just stupidity. And I just... Between that, I'm glad it's over because the win total is going to stay under and they're going to miss the playoffs. I can't stand watching this team and the play calling by Patricia and just screen. And even it's tied, all you have to do, because folks got a leg on them, just get in position to kick a field goal and it's still run and dink and dunk and throw it down the field one time.
I kept refreshing the box score yesterday for several reasons. And it kept popping up. Mac Jones, 10 of 21.
Oh, I know.
For 65 yards. And it was just like,
I know.
Over and over and over again, it was the same thing. It would increase by like 1 yard. I'm like, this is just disgusting what's happening.
Yes.
And then don't forget on the Cole touchdown, was he in or was he out? I still think that he was out of bounds. I don't know how you go back and look at that and say that was that's good.
Well, there's some angles where it looks good. There's other angles where he looks out.
Looks terrible. Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
They spent a lot of time on that, said it was going to be good. Okay, and by the way, so when it comes down to, I think we have enough evidence at this point with the late game lateral nonsense.
Oh, stop it.
Players need to realize, this doesn't happen, okay? It's not going to work. It's 1 in a million. It should be illegal. Like the NFL should not even allow. Just start throwing flags. You're not going to do the dumb lateral stuff. You might get caught. I would go on further. Just throw the people in jail. You can't. Why? Why do you think it's a good idea and think that this has a chance to win the game?
Myers has taken a lot of abuse, and he was crying after the game, and he
said I went rogue.
Right. Well, Stevenson's supposed to fall down. Let's start with him. It's a running play. He gets the whole ball rolling, right?
Right.
I should have known the situation. He went rogue. And then I didn't see Jones. I thought Mac was open. You're throwing it backwards 20 yards.
Hard.
How is this a good idea?
With velocity.
I love the interview after the game. Peter King calls Chandler Jones and says, it's kind of like the Immaculate Reception. Chandler's like, what? Refresh my memory. You play in the NFL. How do you not know that? That's a whole other discussion. And the whole weekend was drunk. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's just you can't top what happened Saturday and Sunday in the NFL.
No, it's...
And just for a game to end like that when it's tied. Yeah, we see that stuff all the time. You're right. It's not going to work when you're going backwards.
It doesn't work.
But to do that, they just go to overtime and your season's alive and you can still have a chance at making the playoffs.
Right.
I didn't see Chandler Jones, he says.
It's like the odds on this actually working and you're going to win the game like this, it's higher than like a 15-team parlay. Don't do it. It's not going to happen. I mean, 3 people may have gotten lucky like in their lives with a big parlay like that. It does. Come on.
Yeah, the other thing is what happened with the bookmakers. Good job by VSiN's own Ben Fowles.
Oh, they got smoked.
That is a disaster. Now, the Dogs went 6-0 in the early games. ATS. The favorites covered in all 4 in the late games. And that was a 7-figure loss at DraftKings. And that Raider result was no good out here because everyone bets the local team, but also that capped off a lot of parlays with all the favorites getting there. And what transpired there with the late games because there were 2.5s available on the Chargers as well.
Imagine if you're in the running for one of these big Las Vegas football contests and you have to put in 5 picks a week and you had the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to chalk up a loss on that one.
The 4th and 10, the game's over.
It is over.
They get it and they continue to go down the field. I mean, get a stop there. Come on.
I don't think we'll have another weekend like that. I mean, maybe. Think about this. It's the second day in history that we had 3 walk-off touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then we had 3 games in the early hour going to OT at the same exact time.
Yeah.
It was just...
Chief game was crazy. The Dallas game was an all-timer. This fiasco. My God. Now, how about Belichick after the game? Why didn't you throw a helmet? Oh, he can throw it that far. Then put Zappe in the game.
Yeah.
You don't just give up there and run it. Take a chance. You can win the game. He can't get the... I don't know what's going on. What do you mean he can't throw it 50 yards?
So they don't trust Mac Jones, and I've heard some Mac Jones stuff from last night as well. I don't think Mac, just from trying to read the body language and his tone, I think Mac Jones hates the coaching staff too. Could be wrong on that.
He's throwing... I counted 5 temper tantrums.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Well, but the goal line fiasco again. You can't get the play in, and then there's a false start, and then he scores on the play, but it doesn't count. They're at the 1 yard line. They can't punch it in. They got to settle for 3.
Sure,
it's a joke. With this, this is and several people tweeted it. But if you watch every week, the announcers must say 5 times a game, "I can't." This is unlike the Patriots. This is typical. This has been the whole season,
the whole year now.
The ridiculous mistakes. And the offense is offensive.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear anybody say Patriots way anymore. Come on, knock it off. That doesn't exist anymore. This is what the call sounded like at the end of the game, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on the Raiders Radio Network.
Mac Jones hands it off on a draw to Ramondre Stevenson, breaks out of a tackle at the 50, has the 45, breaks away from another tackle, pitches it backwards, and now Jacoby Myers spinning around. He throws it to Chandler Jones in midfield, and a stiff arm. Chandler Jones racing towards the end zone. He scores! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
I can't believe what I just saw.
Again!
I can't believe what I just saw. This is unbelievable. Wow!
On the first night of Hanukkah, it's a miracle in Las Vegas.
Great call. Jason Horowitz, Lincoln Kennedy, Raiders Radio Network. We were invited to go to the game yesterday.
Yes.
We got too much fantasy. There were too many live betting things. We had to turn them down. That atmosphere looked like New Year's Eve, Times Square. I mean, how is it not?
Yeah.
Place is going nuts.
Almost probably, a finish we'll never see again. I also remember the Gronk game against Miami, where Gronk was in to defend the Hail Mary and the lateral business that was only like 2 of them. It worked for Miami.
Right.
With that walk-off. But that's a killer. Your season's over now.
It is. I saw that comedian Bill Burr was at the game yesterday. He does a podcast every Monday. He probably does 90 minutes on that game today. This is Bill Belichick. He was asked about that last play of the game. Now, were they instructed to maybe get a little crazy there?
On that final play, I know it was a draw play. Was it instinctive on Ramondre, or was he given the green light to pitch it if he had an opening?
We made a mistake. Play didn't work. A mistake on play.
That was going to be a fun flight back for the Patriots team. It had to be last night. Incredible.
What is he doing? What are they both doing?
I can't. The Myers thing. He gets the ball. It's like
what? Yes, I know. It's like they're losing.
Like what is this?
It's a tie game.
Yes.
He fires the ball back 20 yards.
He throws like a Hail Mary.
How about Mac Jones? How about Mac Jones? Oh, it's on me. I have to make the tackle.
Oh yeah.
Oh come on.
Yeah.
Mac.
I mean, come on.
That was hilarious.
And
too.
Here it is. Here are the dots.
Look at the dots here on the screen with the breakdown of the play. There's Stevenson with the run. Eep, the right turn. Okay, then I'm going to dump it off here to Myers, and I'm going to run back 10 yards, and I'm going to throw it back 20 yards.
As hard as I can.
It was a hell of a throw. If your intended receiver was Chandler Jones.
I didn't see him. Oh, it goes right to him. Oh, okay.
Oh, my God. I was nauseous. I was ill.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.